Procrastination, we all know it, we've all done it. It's that universal dance we do with deadlines, that familiar feeling of putting things off until the last possible minute. We tell ourselves we work best under pressure, that we'll get to it later. But deep down we know the truth. Procrastination is a thief, stealing our time, our peace of mind, and sometimes even our goals. But here's the good news. There's hope. Procrastination isn't a life sentence. It's not a character flaw etched in stone. It's a habit, and like any habit, it can be broken. This isn't about becoming a productivity robot, working tirelessly around the clock. It's about understanding why we procrastinate, learning to outsmart our own brains, and reclaiming our time and energy for the things that truly matter. The journey to a procrastination-free life starts now. To conquer procrastination, we need to understand the enemy. It's not simply laziness or poor time management, though those can play a role. At its core, procrastination is an emotional response. It's our brain's way of protecting us from uncomfortable feelings like fear, anxiety, or boredom. Think about it. That task you've been avoiding likely triggers some kind of negative emotion. Maybe it's fear of failure, of not measuring up to your own expectations or the expectations of others. Or perhaps it's the anxiety of the unknown, the feeling of being overwhelmed by a task that seems too big or too complex. And sometimes it's simply boredom. The task is so mundane, so uninspiring that our brain seeks out instant gratification elsewhere. Understanding the emotional roots of procrastination is the first step toward overcoming it. Once we recognize those negative feelings driving our procrastination, we can start to develop strategies to manage them and make more conscious, intentional choices about how we spend our time and energy. Our modern world is a breeding ground for procrastination. With constant distractions at our fingertips, it's easier than ever to fall into the instant gratification trap. Social media, with its endless scroll of curated lives and bite-sized dopamine hits, beckons us away from our responsibilities. Streaming services offer a vast library of entertainment, promising instant escape from the mundane. And then there's the lure of the internet, a rabbit hole of information and distractions where hours can disappear in a click-fueled haze. This constant bombardment of instant gratification rewires our brains, making it harder to focus on tasks that require sustained effort and delayed rewards. True satisfaction, the kind that brings lasting fulfillment, rarely comes from instant gratification. Breaking free from the instant gratification trap is essential to reclaiming our time, our focus, and our ability to pursue those deeply rewarding endeavors. So how do we break free from the clutches of procrastination? It's about outsmarting our brains, understanding our triggers, and implementing practical strategies to shift from procrastination to productivity. One powerful technique is the 2-minute rule. This simple rule states if you can do something in 2 minutes or less, do it now. Don't let small tasks pile up and become overwhelming monsters. These small wins, though seemingly insignificant, create a sense of momentum, breaking down the inertia of procrastination. Another effective strategy is time boxing. This involves scheduling specific blocks of time for particular tasks, treating them like important appointments you can't miss. By allocating dedicated time for work, we minimize the chances of distractions derailing our progress. It also helps to create a dedicated workspace, free from distractions like television, social media, and noisy housemates. To combat boredom, we can make tasks more engaging by incorporating elements of fun or challenge. One of the biggest hurdles to overcoming procrastination is the feeling of being overwhelmed. We look at a large, daunting task and our brains go into panic mode, seeking refuge in the immediate comfort of procrastination. But here's the secret. We don't have to conquer the entire mountain in a single leap. The power of small steps is often underestimated. Break down that massive project into smaller, more manageable chunks. Instead of writing an entire essay, focus on writing a single paragraph. Instead of cleaning the whole house, start with just one room. These small steps, though seemingly insignificant in isolation, create a sense of momentum, chipping away at the mountain of procrastination, one pebble at a time. Each small step completed is a victory, a reason to celebrate. It reinforces the feeling of progress, boosting our motivation and making the overall task feel less daunting. Remember, progress, no matter how small, is still progress. The key is to start small, build momentum, and celebrate every win along the way. Large projects can feel like looming monsters, their sheer size and complexity fueling our desire to procrastinate. But just like any monster, a task can be tamed by breaking it down into smaller, more manageable pieces. This process, known as chunking, helps to reduce overwhelm and make the task feel less intimidating. Start by identifying the key components of the project. Break it down into smaller tasks, and then break those tasks down even further, until you're left with a list of actionable steps. For example, if you're writing a research paper, your chunks might include choosing a topic, conducting research, creating an outline, writing the introduction, and so on. Once you have your list of chunks, prioritize them based on importance and urgency. This helps you focus on the most critical tasks first, ensuring that you're making progress on the things that matter most. As you complete each chunk, cross it off your list. By breaking down the task monster into bite-sized pieces, you'll gain a sense of control, reduce overwhelm, and make steady progress toward your goal. Our mindset plays a crucial role in our battle against procrastination. If we approach tasks with dread, fear, or self-doubt, we're more likely to succumb to the allure of procrastination. Cultivating a can-do attitude, a belief in our ability to succeed, is essential to breaking free from this cycle. Start by challenging negative self-talk. When those insidious voices whisper doubts about your capabilities, counter them with affirmations of your strengths and past successes. Surround yourself with positive influences, people who uplift, encourage, and inspire you. Their energy and belief in you can be contagious, fueling your own motivation. Focus on the positive aspects of the task at hand. By cultivating a can-do attitude, by believing in our ability to succeed, we create a self-fulfilling prophecy, setting ourselves up for success. We often focus so intently on the end goal, on reaching the summit of the procrastination mountain, that we forget to celebrate the small victories along the way. But these small wins, these milestones achieved, are crucial to maintaining motivation and momentum. Each completed task, no matter how small, is a reason to celebrate. Acknowledge your progress, give yourself a pat on the back, and allow yourself to feel a sense of accomplishment. This positive reinforcement releases dopamine, the feel-good chemical in our brains, which reinforces the behavior of productivity. Rewards don't have to be grand or elaborate. By celebrating our wins, we create a positive feedback loop, associating productivity with pleasure, and making it more likely that we'll repeat the behavior in the future. Take the time to appreciate how far you've come, to acknowledge your efforts, and to celebrate every step of the way. Transforming from a procrastinator to a productivity powerhouse isn't about becoming a workaholic or sacrificing all enjoyment for the sake of efficiency. It's about finding a sustainable balance, a way to manage our time and energy effectively so that we can pursue our goals without feeling overwhelmed or burnt out. It's about reclaiming our time, our focus, and our lives from the clutches of procrastination. It's about showing up for ourselves, honoring our commitments, and living a life that aligns with our values. Remember, you are capable of incredible things. You have the power to break free from the procrastination cycle, to achieve your goals, and to live a life filled with purpose and meaning. Believe in yourself, celebrate your wins, and never underestimate the power of small steps. You've got this. You're not alone in this journey. Millions of people around the world struggle with procrastination, but millions are also fighting back, embracing strategies and techniques to reclaim their time and unlock their full potential. Join this movement. Connect with others who understand the struggle, and share your successes and challenges. Online communities, support groups, and even simple conversations with friends and family can provide encouragement, accountability, and a sense of camaraderie. Remember, the journey to a procrastination-free life is an ongoing process, not a destination. Be kind to yourself, embrace the journey, and celebrate every step in the right direction. The most important thing is to keep moving forward, to keep learning, and to keep striving towards a life where procrastination no longer holds you back from your full potential. You've got this.